We now cross over to Maiduguri to connect with Ferdinand Durahoa, who is available live for an update on the situation regarding the floods there. Ferdinand, good afternoon. Welcome to Newsday. Can you give us an update on what's happening? Everything looks dry there.
Oh yes, good afternoon, and we are in Maiduguri, like you talked about, and we are at the very popular Lagos Street. Well, we came in and then we tried to make our way to the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, but unfortunately, due to the gridlock, traffic, and we have not been able to get there in the last 1 hour. And to be very precise, well, the reason for the traffic is because of the flooding. Now, we hear down there, some parts are very unmotorable, and then also you see lots of people coming behind. Well, some of them coming out with their loads. Well, we hear that, some rescue operations are taking place down there. So we're trying to put everything together. And one man who definitely will help us do that is our Rice correspondent, Sani Adamu, who's been on ground following things and giving us all the updates. Thank you so much, Sani. Well, first of all, we see lots of people coming out. Give us an idea of exactly what is happening.
Yeah, Ferdinand, the situation is there, and thousands of people have been displaced. These people that you see here, they are trapped for like 2 days now. They are trapped. It is now that they have gotten road to come out. So that's why you see them trooping out to go to the safer place, because they are being trapped. The situation is there, and the destruction is massive. It's beyond measure. Churches, schools, even hospitals are all ravaged by this devastating flood. And thousands of people have been displaced, even the inmate of, the correctional center. Because yesterday, the Minister of Interior was here in Maiduguri, where he said that the, unspecified number of the prison inmates were missing. And they are still on the compilation. They don't know the exact number of people that are missing. And also, the state governor stated that over 200,000 people were displaced, and over 1 million of people are directly or indirectly affected by this devastating flood.
Well, perhaps, talking about people who have been affected by the floods directly and indirectly, perhaps my cameraman can help. Well, just about by my right-hand side, you definitely can see the destruction. An electric connecting pole is down, and just behind it, well, there is a vehicle also that is also sunk in the ditch. Well, also behind me, there are also some poles down, and so we learned that some people are without power. So it's a whole massive, destruction that we've seen here. But we're trying to put everything together. We're trying to speak to some of the persons. Just like I said, we are on our way to the University Teaching Hospital so that we can catch up with some of the casualties and then speak with some of the authorities to know how intense it's been. Let's not forget, the devastation started, on Monday when the dam did bust, the Alao Dam, and since then, it's been a very terrible situation in the Maiduguri.
Thank you so much, Ferdinand, for that update. And we definitely look forward to the update when you arrive at the hospital. And also, you've given us a visual picture of the damage that's been done with the infrastructure. But I'd like to ask about some...
Just to interrupt. Well, if you also take a look at my left-hand side, I'm sure that the cameraman will also help. You will see some vehicles moving. Now, if there's one thing that we know that, the military have actually been very, very involved. Well, I'll ask him to pan to my right quickly, where we can also see a fire truck that have been involved also in the rescue. So this is the picture right now in some parts of Maiduguri. Well, the casualties we hear is running into thousands. And let's just hope that the state government and the federal government can indeed have a grip on things to provide some succor for some of these people or for these persons who have been displaced.
Thank you for those updates, Ferdinand. Seeing the military and the fire truck active is definitely, it's good to know that everyone is on their toes. But in terms of what might have led to this, we've seen some critics arguing that poor urban planning and inadequate drainage systems have exacerbated the flooding. What's your assessment since you're on ground? Do you think that that might have contributed significantly to this?
Oh, yes. We know exactly the situation concerning urban planning. Well, it's a pity, but Nigeria are not the best at it. And then we also know that some government agencies, the meteorological agencies and co, have also provided some kind of help as regards forecast some of the areas, some of the states that are likely to see rainfall. And you begin to ask questions as regards what were those measures of precautions that were supposed to be taken, were they taken, and if those precautions were taken, how efficient were they to able to stop, stop this, this disaster. And apart from that, well, let's not forget that the major challenge with Maiduguri was the Alao Dam. And we heard that the dam, caved in on Monday. And speaking to some of the correspondents on ground, well, we learned that just before then, the government did send a team to do an assessment of the dam. And the team came back and felt that it was something that could be controlled. But obviously, here we are. This is the situation. And you see that it indeed overflowed its banks, busted, and this is exactly the kind of casualty that we've seen.
All right, thank you so much, Ferdinand. I know we need to end this interview, but just in a couple of seconds, I know you've spoken about the infrastructural damage. You've also alluded to some of the estimations of those who have been displaced. Are there casualty numbers? How many lives have been lost and how many are in hospital? Very, very quickly. We just have a couple of seconds.
Apologies, we will not be able to give you that statistics when, just like I said, well, this is the road to the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital. We are on our way, but because of the traffic, we decided to bring you some pictures first to see exactly what is happening. So hopefully when we speak to the hospital authorities, well, maybe they can give us those figures in terms of those patients who are still in the hospital, well, those who have been discharged, the total number of patients that, were admitted, and then possibly also have an idea of the fatality levels.
We certainly look forward to that update. For now, we'd like to thank you for taking the time to bring us this update. I'm Ferdinand Doroha, our Rice correspondent. Please take care, and we look forward to your updates soon.